In this example, we're going to compare data and we're going to use a box and whisker plot to do that. Now, we've used our superannuation fund example, which is what we just found in the last video, and we've compared that. The data that we had was for Australian funds, and we're going to compare that with English funds. Now, to do a box and whisker plot, you need to have a table which basically is a 5-number summary for each. So for the data that we've already got, we knew that it was 7 was the lowest and that 12.2 was the highest. We found the median before at 9.4 and we found the lower quartile at 8.75 and the upper quartile at 10.45. Okay, so that work has already been done and it was in previous videos. So this time we have to do the English lot. Now, one of the things that I've done here to make life a little bit more interesting is there's only 27 funds here, where for the Australian one there was actually 32. So that makes a bit of difference. So here, with the lowest value, we can do that pretty straightforward. The lowest value is 6.2 and the highest is 11.5. So we can put that in the table without too much trouble. Okay, coming back to the, this is called a back-to-back stem and leaf plot, by the way. And with 27, if we want to find the median is the 27 plus 1, which is 28 divided by 2, which is the 14th score. So if we count through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's our 14th score. That's 8.5. So we can go straight away to our table and we can put in 8.5. Okay, coming back to Q1 is going to be 27 plus 1 on 4, which is 28 on 4, 4, 7. So that's the 7th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the 7th score is 7.3. So we can put that in our table. Wrong way. And our Q3 is the 3 lots of 7, which is the 21st score. So where were we? This was the 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th. So that's our 21st score, and that's 10.1. So we can put in 10.1 into our table. Then we have to go about drawing these things. So now we've got the table. You need something like a piece of graph paper to do that, and you need to set some values up along the bottom. So if you look at the previous table, the absolute lowest number is 6.2, so let's say 6, and I made a little omission there, and our highest value is 12.2, so let's say maybe as high as 13. So I think we could go in 2 spacings. So if we make this one 6, 6.5, 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5, 10, 10.5, 11, 11.5, 12, 12.5, 13. Okay, then you need to consider each one differently. So let's look at the Australian one and go through. I can't have both screens up at once, so I've got a paper copy that I'm looking at. So the lowest value was 7, so I'm going to put a mark at 7. Q1 was 8.75, which is pretty much there. And then 8.4 was the median, which is about there. 10.45 is just below that 10.5 line, and 12.2 is about there. Now, the outside lot become the whiskers, and this lot here in the middle become the box. And if if the values aren't really clear, you can write them on. Just, it depends on your scale. Here it's a little bit in betweenish, and yeah. Okay, so this was for the Australian funds, so you need to just show that. Now underneath we need to put the British equivalents. So 6.2 was their lowest, so we'll put that about 6.5, 6.2 would be about there. 7.3 is a bit over halfway. 8.5 is exactly on that line. 10.1 is a bit over the 10, and 11.5 is exactly on that line. So this lot form the whiskers, this lot form our box. This was 6.2, 7.3, 8.5, 10.1, 11.5, and this was for the English funds. The question comes down to, if you're comparing, you might want to sort of say which lot's better. Well, it's pretty clear that the Australian funds did better, but we're not looking at the highest and lowest for that, because remember, they're somewhat influenced by those odd values. So the things that really convince us that the Australian funds did better are our third quartile, our median, and our lower quartile for the Australian funds are all higher. So that's the real clincher. It wouldn't matter if this Australian high one was actually lower. I would still say that the Australian funds did better, because remember, Q1 and Q3 give you interquartile range, and they're reliable data, and yeah, we can work with that.